Do you guys have any questions in general about language or for any level or the progression or?
Somebody's
Just taking it all in.
Is there a, so from Mr. Wright's class to you ladies, is there a three-part to the picture cards that you're matching? So is there going to be a session where the picture has a word with it and the alligator, or and? Because it seems like quite the gap of, he's got pictures and he's got forms, but then from here you've got words.
Yeah, I guess
Okay.
we should. I guess we should make it more explicit that these aren't the only grammar materials. These are
Yeah,
just
and
like
this- what you
one
saw tonight
example
is
from
what
each
you
level.
did.
Can we say,
Too.
Yeah.
I know, like a slice of the cheese.
So,
Exactly
but
what you
that,
said.
oh, I like that, a slice of
I have that in
chicken.
the class, but I won't use it
You won't
until I
get to
feel
the
that
end.
the children are ready for it.
So it's
So
just
right now, they're building their vocabulary, and then I'll go into three-part cards with objects, names, and pictures.
And they're
And that'll be a
learning
work for them
patterns
to do.
too of how to interact with the materials, so that left to right progression, keeping things organized, keeping things in their workspace. And then that 3-period lesson that he's introducing them to in beginnings is a format that we use throughout every subject area in the classroom, and it's a way for us to do, really to do assessments on all of the children every day. So that it's not just, we get sort of a snapshot of where everybody is every day with their learning. What are they retaining? Sometimes things seem like they're sticking, and then a couple weeks later, it's not there anymore. So, it helps us have a lot of diagnostic information throughout the curriculum. Did that answer your question? Okay.
I could have brought a lot more down.
Yeah, sure,
we have a
you
lot.
probably
I
could
just-
run all your masks.
And a great thing you guys can do, I used to do this with my kids when they were here, and you buy 2 sets of flashcards at any dollar store, and you can make your own little 3-part card thing, and they love doing it as a puzzle. So you take one, you cut it in half, you cut the word from the picture, and then you keep the other one whole, and then you can make your own little, and they like doing, they have the farm animals and the numbers and,
So this is Lauren's classroom, and these are 3-part cards. So this was from the botany shelf to identify, and then here's from the geography shelf, it's places. So they're 3-part cards, and it's the word that we use for Montessori is a control. So they have this one that's attached is the control. So that one is left in the box when they would work on this. And then they have the flower itself. And again, it's a bit like Melissa said earlier, it's more like a Japanese tea ceremony. We don't just, shuffle the deck out. They would get their rug, put it down on the floor, take the container over, and then they would lay these out in a row, left to right, to reinforce that, left to right. And then they would have each, and I probably won't be able to recognize some of these, then they would have the names. And then another way that we do it is to have them lay all of these out in a row along the side. And then you pick up cherry blossom and you look and you match cherry blossom. And then you pick up petunia. If you really look at it and you can't, you put it aside. And then you work with the rest. And then after you finish and you think you have them, then you can check your work with the control cards. So it's not always, quote unquote, the teacher has the right answer. It's you get to check and see how your work, it's your work. You're not waiting for the teacher to say, yippee, or you mixed up. It's your work that you're doing, and you're checking yourself to see how you did
and
with the
sometimes
work.
we need to look at it to see if it's correct.
But it's not all the
We do not
time.
know.
Yeah, not all the time. So we do lots of 3-part lessons. It's not just with this. There's animals and the different parts of the, the horse, the fetlock and the withers and all of that stuff. And frog, no, turtle, the 2 words.
Carrot paste and flash drum.
That one. Those 2 words for the top and bottom of the shell, and just lots and lots of vocabulary. And it's a matter of, somebody said, the more distinctions you have, that article from the newspaper, the more distinctions you have, the I don't know, it opens up just a whole lot more of the world to be able to see things as something other than just green. You know, there's teal and aquamarine and verde en español, Señora Shesby.
Did you want to add something to that?
Well, I was just going to say really quickly, I guess two things that I just wanted to call your attention to, since that I thought of when you did ask your question. But one thing is that at every level, I don't know if this is clear or not from this presentation, but at every level, the children in Montessori are usually working at least at what would be considered grade level in another setting, but usually above grade level in another setting. And then part of the reason for that is, like you were saying, it's fun for them. It's not tedious for them. So there's different kinds of things that are appealing to children at different ages. So there's a sensitive period for movement, and so there's activities that incorporate a lot of movement. There's a sensitive period when children are really interested in tiny objects. So, you know, the little tiny hay bales and all these little tiny things are extra interesting and make the children want to use the work. When the children get, you know, to this age, I don't know if you remember that time in life when like Mad Libs are really hilarious, or you want to learn a secret code or Pig Latin or something like that. And we think about Pokemon cards and how kids like to have collections of things and they want to organize it, or how much fun it was to have like a protractor and, you know, those kinds of things, all these little tools that make that really fun to use. And then when they start to get older, they really need to experience themselves as competent in a different way. And they, you know, as they're internalizing all of this, it's like that, you know, they can see what they know and they can think about their learning, so they can do that metacognition that, you know, helps them be really. That too. Yes, they do. That too. Yeah. So
That would be this sensitive period right here.
Dr. Montessori called it the herd instinct.
When I run, you run.
Okay, and I did find just this, I thought was interesting, that you guys are more than welcome to take one. But it just has some information about writings that Maria Montessori did, philosophy. There's a couple of blogs that you can go to and some YouTube videos.
And some research that was done as well,
So you guys are
between
welcome.
Montessori school and public school.
Yeah,
So-
Dr. Stephen Hughes, I don't know if you've ever watched any of his things, but it's very interesting.
He's really good. He's
yeah.
not a Montessori person, but he's a huge advocate of Montessori, and he kind of, you know, happened upon it accidentally, but he's one of our biggest fans.
Is he
That's
the
wonderful.
neuro-
Yeah, he's a
something,
pediatric
Yeah.
neuropsychologist. And then on the back of here is just some noteworthy Montessori graduates that you might not have heard of, that people had graduated from Montessori. And they're
Like who?
actually pretty successful.
Like who?
Like who?
Oh,
One or
we've
two.
got the Google guys, we've got the Amazon.com financial analyst, Julia Childs.
Founder of Wikipedia.
Sean P. Diddy, I don't know. Prince William and Prince Harry. So anyway, but you guys are welcome.
royalty, come on.
So I'll leave that here if you guys want a copy of that on your way out.
The next parent ed is in December. It's the awesomely fun one where you come with your child. In middle school, the parent becomes the student and does the work and turns it in.
The what?
So that's
Kids
awesome.
love it.
The parent
And other
does the
levels,
work
you
of the
interact
child
with
in
your
middle school.
children.
Yeah.
But we're doing something new this year where after that time that you spend with your child, we're inviting you to come to the next level and see what it's like. So if you're beginning to be invited to go to primary. For a little bit of time, I believe you're getting dinner.
Yes.
Right, you're getting dinner, and then you'll just look at the next level and all these, you know, amazing things that are in the next level waiting for your child. If you're in beginnings,
Are we
you
getting
come up to
dessert?
lower.
And the
If you bring
children, your children
Oh, and your children will be
at the field house
yes.
playing book bingo.
playing book bingo.
And they
So,
will also be fed.
Put it
and
on
they
your
will also
calendar,
be
they'll
fed.
be fed as well. It's a great opportunity to see the next level.
And it'll be a
Which day
really
is it?
fun night.
It's the
December 4th.
It's the 9th and the 14th, I think. It's on the calendar
4th and
already.
the 9th.
Fourth and the ninth.
Fourth
The
and the
4th and the
ninth.
9th.
Thursday
Fourth
and
and the
second
ninth.
Tuesday. 4th and the 9th, sorry.
And all of that is part of the next parent ed? That
Yes,
wasn't, that wasn't two
yes.
separate nights, you
No,
just
no,
said?
so you'll
Okay.
come with your child for the first hour, and then your child will go play the bingo, which is so much fun, and then you'll be invited to the next level to have your own dinner, and then to see what the next level holds for your child.
Neat.
And then you probably get some work to do while you're there.
Oh, and middle school, definitely. So, Lisa,
All right.
thank you.
Thank you so much.